All right, so we got Apes, comics, and Marvel's Defenders. Bruh, let's go. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, bring you that StreetGEEK and NERDSoul. And what is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we got a wonderful episode of Droppin Jewelz for y'all. And if you didn't know, Droppin Jewelz, all this joint is about is just picking up on the breadcrumbs that slip through the cracks along the way of the week. And first, we're gonna go on and get into War for the Planet of the Apes. Man, this is beautiful. Like the direction, the cinematography in this is just stunning. It starts out through this walk with Caesar and narration of his past and how he came to be, and down this like hall of different apes that are just like respecting him, and he comes up to these, I guess, soldiers that are just at this point, I guess, prisoners of war. And just the shot, to see what Caesar means, how far he's come, how much he means to the apes. This is incredible. The toughest part to grasp about this is that this movie is about so many animated characters, but the stakes are so high. And I'm proud of this movie, man. I'm proud of this franchise because this is a franchise I did not expect to be this good. And inside of this, you get this narrative of kind of like siding with apes versus humans and what it means to leave your humanity in effort to try to save it. You get Woody Harrelson, and it just looks like he's bringing his A game. And I am so impressed with just like the subtext that we're getting just inside the trailer that I can't wait to get into this, man. Like the apes together strong chant, just the war paint on Woody Harrelson, it's incredible. Just every shot gets me more and more hyped to see this, and I hope it does the same for y'all, because this joint looks like the franchise is going up each installment, just dope every time. Now, real quick before I move ahead, I gotta let y'all know that I am on Black Hollywood Live. That's right, the place where they follow Black Twitter, do celebrity interviews, after shows, talk sports, reality TV, and all that. And you can find that at blackhollywoodlive.com. That's right, you can check it out right there. And when you're done, if you need to see more, you can hit them up at youtube.com/blackhollywoodlive. Now, if you haven't gotten enough of that trailer and want to holler at me about it some more, jump down in those comments, man. Holler at me, because I am I'm just happy about this franchise, because I love something that really catches my attention when I didn't expect it to even be much. Like the first film, I was just like, nah, whatever. And I saw it and I was really blown away. And then the second film just, bruh, Apes is a dope little franchise. So we're going to move on because I can't wait to talk about Black Ink. So next up is this documentary on Kickstarter that's currently in production, that before I want to go too far, I'm gonna let them speak for themselves. So here's what's up.
I'm going to be judgmental here. I think that if you're a Black person, I think you have a responsibility to represent your people in a positive light.
Yeah. I like the way this feels.
For me, growing up in the 60s and 70s, reading comics and not seeing Black characters, what was not shown were Black characters. So what we saw, we thought was normal. So if you were to see a Black character, you think that that's something other. So there we are again, being identified as being other.
After being a young person reading comics as a fan, I didn't realize that there was something missing until Milestone appeared. And I didn't realize that I was missing from comics. when Milestone appeared, that I could actually be a part of it and produce comics where characters looked like me and came from similar backgrounds. You know, prior to that, it was Superman. You know, I'm not a farmer from Kansas, so as much as that's like a great fantasy, like I couldn't necessarily relate to what he did on his downtime.
So as you can see, Black Ink is this documentary about just Black comic book artists, creators that live and work in this industry day by day, pushing the envelope, opening doors, and just making dope stuff and continuing to broaden our representation, our visibility on the page, in front and behind the scenes. And the doors that they open, the stories that they can tell are very important to me, and I know it's important to a lot of you guys. Now, at this time, I'm gonna go on and be honest. They need to clear about 5 more K. So if you're into documentaries, if you're into comics, if you're into like kind of the stories that haven't been told about comics and stuff like that, go on and jump over to the link below at the Kickstarter for Black Ink Comics. It just talks about the people that are working with this day to day, that are shaping the identity of the people on the page that represent you and I each and every day. And it's pretty dope. And yo, there are tons of rewards for you and yours, but check it. Only $10 gets you the movie, you know what I'm saying? And that's no different than any other film that you would cop on digital. So if you're into wanting to know about the industry, like I said, if you're into just documentaries as a whole, if you're into supporting these artists that are pushing the envelope, that are creating indie content, that are creating stuff outside of the mainstream that is still just as solid as anything anywhere around the globe, go on and hit that link, holla at them, drop a little bit in the bucket, and let's clear up this last little 5K so we can make this project happen. It was brought to me, I looked at it, I was hooked, you know what I'm saying? Like the second I saw the trailer, I was hooked. I just think we need more of this. You know, our stories need to be told, whether it's in novel form, in comic form, in TV, film. And this is just another thing that is very, I think, important to the fabric of our creators and how our creators are telling their own stories. So going ahead of that link, Black Ink is so necessary for, especially for right now, when so many people are wondering where they can go to find stories that represent them in a different light, that give us a well-rounded worldwide view of what Black people in comics should represent. So anyway, going to holler at that, and I'm going to move on because there is one last thing that we got to talk about, and I can't wait. So next up, and last but definitely not least, is a little teeny teaser from Netflix to all of us fans for Marvel's Defenders. The scene shows an elevator, you know, seemingly nothing that important, but it has our 4 Defenders, that's right, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist riding up in a situation where it seems like they may have just dealt out a little bit of justice, or they're about to deal out a little bit of vigilante justice. You see all of them in the lift, they're kind of just chilling. It looks like they're in a dire situation, if you will, and Jessica Jones turns around, looks at the camera, jumps up, and knocks the camera out. It's cool because it's very, very short, and you get this little link in the top corner that lets you know where to go to get some more information, kind of like Easter egg information. And it's cool to see them all together. You know, I think this is where we're going to figure out whether they have great chemistry on screen or if they don't. Now, my biggest question about this teaser is, after the hoopla over Iron Fist and the episodes that they put out, are you more excited for Defenders? Are you a little bit less? Are your expectations lowered? Are they heightened? Or is that just kind of like a speed bump situation and you're super psyched about it? Go on and jump down in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Are you still hyped? Did you love Iron Fist anyway and you're still dope on it? Were you a little cold on Iron Fist, but you're still looking forward to the future. Because I think that Defenders, despite how people might have felt about Iron Fist, especially how I felt about Iron Fist, I think Defenders is going to turn it around. I think Defenders is going to get them together in a very good, well-oiled machine that gives them some great moments for some character direction and some good chemistry. So, of course, it's Friday, and I know you guys are ready to bounce. So that is my time. I'm going to let y'all go in and enjoy y'all weekend, man. Get out of here. But before you do, hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. You can find my videos right there, from the oldest to the newest, the latest and greatest, and drop me a line. Of course, I got to tell y'all to hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget, one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. Because for real, there is no way that I can tell people that you like what you are watching. And I know I got shout outs to give, but once again, on the real, check out that Black Ink Kickstarter. If you're into comics, if you're into indie comics, if you're into supporting creators on the ground level, or if you're into telling the stories that usually do not get told, give them a look, give them a shot, check out that trailer, and $10 gets you the movie. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please, man, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace.